What if the key to true peace isn't trying to control everything around you, but learning how to control how you respond to it? Every day, life will challenge you, people will frustrate you, things won't go as planned, and stress will come your way. But here's the truth. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you react to it. Imagine waking up each morning knowing you have the power to stay calm, focused, and peaceful, no matter what the day brings. Instead of reacting with anger or stress, you choose to stay centered and clear. This doesn't mean you control the world around you. It means you control how you respond to it. This simple change in mindset can completely transform how you experience life. Today, we're going to explore one powerful line to say to yourself every morning that will help you take charge of your reactions and create a more peaceful, mindful day. Ready to take control of your mind and your life? Let's get started. Line 1. Today, I control my reactions. Your peace is in your hands. Life is unpredictable. Others may test your patience. Unexpected situations may challenge you, and emotions may flare up. While you cannot control what happens around you, you have complete control over how you choose to respond. Reacting impulsively can lead to regret, harm relationships, and create unnecessary stress. But when you take a moment to pause, breathe, and reflect, you reclaim your power. This isn't about suppressing your feelings, but rather mastering them. It means observing your emotions, understanding their source, and deciding how to act in a way that aligns with your values and goals. Every time you choose calmness over chaos, understanding over anger, and clarity over confusion, you strengthen your emotional resilience. Controlling your reactions also protects your energy. You stop letting other people or external situations dictate your mood or your day. Instead, you become the anchor in the storm, maintaining your composure and finding solutions even in challenging moments. This simple yet profound shift can transform how you experience life, making you a source of peace for yourself and others. When you master your reactions, you master your life. Line 2. I will focus on what matters. Your energy is one of the most valuable resources you have, and how you spend it will determine the quality of your life. In a world filled with distractions, constant notifications, work pressures, and the endless pull of other people's expectations, it's easy to get lost in the small, insignificant tasks that don't truly serve your goals. These distractions steal your time and your mental clarity, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and unfulfilled. But focusing on what matters means choosing where to direct your energy in a way that aligns with your deeper purpose and personal growth. When you focus on what matters, you begin to prioritize the things that truly align with your values, passions, and long-term vision. It means identifying your most important goals, whether it's spending quality time with loved ones, pursuing a meaningful career, or nurturing your physical and mental well-being, and making conscious decisions every day to invest your time in these areas. This doesn't mean ignoring the other aspects of life, but it does mean learning to say no to things that are not aligned with your bigger picture. It means recognizing that not everything that demands your attention is worth your time. By eliminating distractions and focusing on your highest priorities, you create the space needed for true growth and fulfillment. By focusing on what matters, you start living with intention. You take control of your day, your energy, and your emotions, rather than letting external circumstances dictate your mood or productivity. You stop letting the small, unimportant things pull you off course and instead direct your efforts toward the areas that will bring you lasting satisfaction and success. In practical terms, this might mean carving out time for deep work, setting clear boundaries with others, or simply taking moments throughout the day to check in with yourself and realign with your core values. The more you focus on what matters, the more you begin to see progress in the areas that truly count, and you start building a life that feels purposeful and meaningful. When you focus on what matters, you free yourself from the chaos and gain the clarity and momentum needed to create a life of joy, fulfillment, and lasting impact. Line 3. I choose courage over comfort. In Buddhism, courage is not about the absence of fear, but the ability to face fear and discomfort with an open heart and a clear mind. It's about choosing to walk the path of mindfulness and wisdom, even when the road ahead seems difficult or uncertain. The Buddha's teachings remind us that suffering, impermanence, and uncertainty are part of the human experience. And true peace comes not from avoiding these realities, but from facing them directly. Courage, then, is the willingness to embrace life in its fullness, both its joy and its suffering, without running away or hiding from what makes us uncomfortable. When we choose courage over comfort, we are choosing to step out of our familiar safe zones and into the unknown. It means that we are not controlled by our desire for ease, but by our intention to live fully and authentically. Buddhism teaches that clinging to comfort and security creates attachment and suffering. True freedom arises when we let go of our attachment to the familiar and confront life with an open heart, free of fear. Choosing courage is not about avoiding difficulties, but about facing them with wisdom, equanimity, and the determination to grow. In moments of discomfort or fear, choosing courage means choosing to stay present. Instead of escaping into distractions or numbing ourselves with what's easy, we embrace the present moment fully, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Whether it's the discomfort of letting go of something we've clung to, or the challenge of confronting our deepest fears, courage is about standing firm in our practice and moving forward with clarity. The Buddha's path was not a life free of struggle, but one in which he confronted each obstacle with wisdom, equanimity, and a commitment to awakening. Choosing courage also means confronting the impermanence of life. Buddhism teaches that everything is transient, and this includes our fears and discomforts. Courage is about realizing that even the most intense discomfort will pass. It's about trusting that just as pain is temporary, so too is pleasure, and that our true peace lies not in avoiding discomfort, but in accepting it as part of life's natural flow. When we choose courage, we embrace the ebb and flow of life with acceptance, knowing that nothing is permanent and everything, including our fears, will eventually fade. Courage is also deeply tied to compassion, both for ourselves and others. In Buddhism, courage means showing up for ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially in times of challenge. It means not judging ourselves for feeling fear or discomfort, but instead treating ourselves with the same compassion that we would extend to a friend facing the same trials. When we choose courage, we honor the human experience of suffering, while also acknowledging our ability to rise above it with grace. Each time we face our discomfort, we cultivate deeper compassion for others who are also walking through their own struggles. We learn to hold space for our fears without being consumed by them. In every moment, we have a choice: to cling to comfort and avoid growth, or to face discomfort and move toward liberation. The Buddha's courage was not in seeking out pain, but in facing it with an open heart, knowing that through this process we awaken to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. When we choose courage, we align ourselves with this wisdom. We no longer see discomfort as something to escape, but as a powerful teacher that leads us toward greater clarity, compassion, and freedom. Choosing courage over comfort is a practice of transformation. It's about stepping into the unknown with mindfulness and faith in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. With each courageous step we take, we move closer to enlightenment, understanding that it's through facing life's challenges with awareness and wisdom that we truly learn to live. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to act in alignment with our deepest truth, no matter how uncomfortable the path may seem. As we choose courage over comfort, we discover that true peace is not found in avoiding difficulty, but in embracing it with an open heart and a clear mind. Line 4. I am grateful. Gratitude is a central practice in Buddhism, recognized as a powerful tool for transforming our perception of the world. The Buddha taught that cultivating gratitude allows us to shift our focus from what is lacking or difficult in our lives to what we already have and what is good. In a world often focused on what is wrong or what needs to be fixed, gratitude invites us to pause and reflect on the abundance present in each moment. It opens our hearts and minds to the beauty of life, even amidst challenges, and cultivates an inner peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. When we say, "I am grateful," we are not simply acknowledging the big, obvious blessings in our lives, but also the small, seemingly insignificant moments that often go unnoticed. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birds in the morning, the breath in our lungs, all of these are gifts that we may take for granted. Buddhism teaches us that true contentment arises when we can appreciate the present moment for what it is, without clinging to desires or expectations. Gratitude grounds us in the present, helping us to see the preciousness of each breath, each step, and each experience, no matter how ordinary or challenging it may seem. Gratitude also teaches us the importance of interconnection. In Buddhism, the concept of interdependence reminds us that our lives are deeply intertwined with the lives of others. When we are grateful, we recognize the contributions and support of those around us, whether they are people, animals, or even the natural world. Every action, no matter how small, has a ripple effect, and gratitude allows us to see how we are all interconnected in the web of life. By expressing gratitude, we acknowledge our reliance on others and cultivate a deeper sense of compassion and humility. In difficult times, gratitude becomes even more powerful. The Buddha acknowledged that suffering is a natural part of life, but he also taught that suffering is not permanent. By practicing gratitude, we can find moments of peace and joy even in the midst of adversity. Gratitude shifts our perspective, allowing us to see that even in pain or loss, there are lessons to be learned, wisdom to be gained, and opportunities for growth. This practice helps us to cultivate resilience, as we can always find something to be grateful for, no matter the circumstances. Saying, "I am grateful," is a reminder to count our blessings, no matter how small. It's a way of acknowledging that, even though life may not always be perfect, there is always something to appreciate. Gratitude is a practice that deepens our connection to the present moment and nurtures a mindset of abundance rather than lack. It is a transformative practice that shifts our hearts and minds from dissatisfaction to contentment, from fear to trust, and from disconnection to oneness. Through gratitude, we learn to appreciate the beauty in life, even when it appears hidden beneath the surface. In Buddhism, gratitude is closely tied to mindfulness. When we bring awareness to the present moment and consciously recognize what we have, we cultivate a sense of appreciation that transcends material possessions or external achievements. It is not just about being thankful for things, but for the life we have in this moment. Gratitude opens the heart, softens the mind, and invites us to approach life with a sense of reverence, recognizing that every experience, whether joyful or painful, is an opportunity for growth and awakening. The practice of gratitude leads us to a deeper understanding of life's impermanence and the interconnectedness of all beings. It allows us to embrace life as it is, without attachment or aversion, and to find peace in the knowledge that everything we encounter is part of the grand tapestry of existence. When we say, "I am grateful," we are expressing not only appreciation for what we have, but also an acceptance of life's full spectrum, its challenges, its joys, and everything in between. Gratitude, in this sense, becomes a form of spiritual practice, helping us cultivate a heart that is open, compassionate, and fully engaged with the beauty of life. Line 5. I seek wisdom. In Buddhism, wisdom, or prajna, is considered one of the most powerful and transformative qualities on the path to enlightenment. It is not simply knowledge or intellectual understanding, but a deep experiential insight into the true nature of reality. The Buddha taught that wisdom is essential for overcoming ignorance, which is the root cause of suffering. Our ignorance often arises from the illusion that things are permanent, solid, and separate from us. But wisdom helps us see the impermanence, interconnectedness, and emptiness of all things. When we say, "I seek wisdom," we are making a commitment to cultivate this understanding in every moment, seeing things as they truly are, free from the distortion of attachment, fear, and desire. The practice of seeking wisdom is intertwined with the practice of mindfulness and meditation. In Buddhism, wisdom is not something that is learned purely through books or teachings, but through direct experience, observation, and awareness. Mindfulness teaches us to be present with our thoughts, emotions, and sensations, while meditation allows us to quiet the mind and gain deep insights into the nature of our consciousness. Through sustained practice, we begin to unravel the layers of illusion and uncover the truth that is always present. Wisdom grows as we cultivate clarity and discernment in our minds, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with greater awareness and compassion. Seeking wisdom also involves developing the ability to see beyond the surface of things. The Buddha taught that life is filled with dukkha, suffering or dissatisfaction, that arises from clinging to things that are impermanent. Wisdom allows us to understand the root causes of our suffering, helping us to transcend the attachments and desires that trap us in cycles of craving and aversion. When we begin to see things clearly, we are no longer fooled by the fleeting nature of material pursuits or external validation. Instead, we recognize that true peace and happiness arise from inner freedom and understanding. This shift in perspective helps us let go of expectations, judgments, and attachments, allowing us to experience life more fully and authentically. In Buddhism, wisdom is also closely related to the practice of compassion. As we deepen our understanding of the impermanent and interconnected nature of life, we naturally begin to develop empathy for others. Wisdom helps us see the suffering of all beings and recognize that we are not separate from them. We come to understand that the suffering of others is no different from our own, and that helping others find peace is part of the path to our own liberation. Wisdom helps us respond with kindness, patience, and understanding, even in difficult situations. It teaches us that, in the face of suffering, it is not enough to simply act with good intentions. True wisdom lies in knowing how to respond in ways that alleviate suffering and promote well-being for all. Seeking wisdom is also an act of humility. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we still don't know. The Buddha encouraged his followers to approach the path with an open heart and mind, recognizing that we are always in the process of learning. Wisdom does not come from a place of arrogance or certainty, but from a place of openness and inquiry. When we say, "I seek wisdom," we acknowledge that we do not have all the answers and that there is always more to learn. This humility allows us to stay receptive to the teachings of others, to reflect deeply on our experiences, and to continuously refine our understanding of life. The pursuit of wisdom in Buddhism is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, perseverance, and a deep commitment to personal growth. It is not a destination, but an ongoing process of awakening to the truth. As we walk the path, we begin to see the world in a new light, free from the limitations of the ego and the illusions of the mind. Wisdom allows us to see the impermanence of all things, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the emptiness of all concepts and labels. It frees us from the cycle of suffering and helps us live in harmony with the world around us. As we seek wisdom, we also cultivate a sense of equanimity or inner balance. Wisdom teaches us to respond to life's ups and downs with calmness and clarity, knowing that everything is temporary and that all experiences, whether positive or negative, are part of the natural flow of life. By practicing wisdom, we learn to let go of attachment to outcomes, release our fears, and approach life with a deep sense of peace and acceptance. In this way, wisdom becomes a powerful antidote to suffering, offering us a path to liberation and a deeper understanding of our true nature. The pursuit of wisdom is a path to freedom. It frees us from the chains of ignorance, fear, and desire, allowing us to live with clarity, compassion, and understanding. Through wisdom, we come to realize that true peace is found not in external circumstances, but in the depths of our own minds and hearts. When we say, "I seek wisdom," we are affirming our commitment to the path of awakening, knowing that each step, no matter how small, brings us closer to the truth and the ultimate freedom of enlightenment. Thank you for joining me on this transformative journey today. Remember, the power of these 5 simple lines is not just in the words themselves, but in the mindful intention behind them. Each morning is a fresh opportunity to shape your reality, find peace, and step into your true potential. By choosing to control your reactions, focus on what matters, embrace courage, cultivate gratitude, and seek wisdom, you align yourself with the timeless teachings of Buddhism, paving the way for a more meaningful, peaceful life. If you found these lessons valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Buddhism Pathways for more insights and wisdom on how to live a mindful, purpose-driven life. Let's continue walking this path together, one step at a time. And as always, remember, the journey is as important as the destination. Stay mindful, stay present, and keep seeking the wisdom within. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, may peace and wisdom guide your way.